What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for Life, coming at you on YouTube. And today I've got another edition of Tales from the Fort, where I watch old horror movies and tell you guys how good or bad they are based on my first time experience watching those movies. It is October. You guys know I've been doing my 31 movies of October, where I watch at least one film every night for the whole month for the Halloween season. Filling my calendar mostly with horror films that I've never watched, whether they are brand new ones or they are older ones that I should have seen by now that I just somehow have not. And one of my favorite ones that I've watched this October, I just watched last night, is 2013's Odd Thomas. Now, I've heard good things about this. I had never read the book, but I had read the descriptions and heard about the Odd Thomas series from Dean Koontz. Most of you guys watching this channel will know Dean Koontz, the horror author, as being one of the staples of the horror book genre. So I had never really seen many of his books be adapted into films. Plenty of like Stephen King, but never Dean Koontz. But I'd heard good things about Odd Thomas's books and heard a split review about the movie. So I figured, okay, this will be a nice change of pace. I'm going to check this out, and boy, am I glad I did. It has become one of the best things that I've seen this October. I really enjoyed this movie from 2013. It is written and directed by Stephen Sommers, starring Anton Yelchin, Addison Timlin, and Willem Dafoe. And basically, it is the story of this odd main character, this kind of awkward guy who's like quirky, charismatic, kind of cool, but kind of really weird. And he's got this gift that he can see dead people and communicate with dead people and helping them to get justice in their crimes to get to the afterlife. So he helps dead people kind of deal with their unsolved murders and get them to cross over to their afterlife, to their death and passing. And he sees these things. I forget what the things are called. He sees these apparitions, these creatures that form, kind of like these big venomous creatures, these alien creatures that form in the air whenever something bad is going to happen. And he's been seeing a bunch of them in his little town lately. So he knows that something really, really bad, some mass murder is coming to his town. With that, he's also dating a young lady played by Addison Timlin. I had never seen her before. Man, she is a talented actor and very easy on the eyes as well. Beautiful to look at and extremely talented. And her character knows about the gifts from Odd Thomas, Anton Yelchin. Knows about his gifts, supports him in his pursuit of getting rid of the bad people in the town and saving all the dead souls, helping them cross over. So it is a very quirky, fun relationship. Their relationship has a lot of ups and downs in the field of work for Anton Yelchin's character, Thomas, but they love each other in spite of all their hardships. And I've got to praise a lot of things about this movie. I call this movie Spider-Man meets horror. It is lighthearted. It's very similar to Spider-Man to me, with Tobey and Kirsten Dunst, the original Sam Raimi trilogy. Quirky main characters that have special powers. Some of the town knows about them, but most of them don't. Quirky girlfriend who gets along with him and loves him in spite of his dual identity kind of thing. The one-liners are very similar to Spider-Man's as well. I've got to really commend Stephen Sommers, the writer-director, because the writing is very fun. This movie goes for an hour and 40 minutes, and it doesn't even seem like it's an hour. It's paced very well. It goes very fast, very easy to watch because all the dialogue is fast-moving and quirky and fun, and it's treated like it's a comedy, and it takes the crazy circumstances and makes them fun, but also knows when to cut the comedy and make them more serious. When you have a horror comedy that's balanced right, and the comedy's put in the right places, it makes the movie fun and easy to watch, but also makes you really connect with the characters when the serious stuff happens because you see their change in tone. You know if they're funny characters and they're being serious, that something really major is happening on screen, and you connect to those emotions. So it does the horror comedy blend very nicely. I would almost say this is more of a comedy drama because there's not a ton of horror and there is heavy on the comedy side in the dialogue with these characters. But it is essentially a kind of a murder mystery. You know there's a big mass murder coming. You just don't know exactly who's doing the mass murdering, and you don't know what direction the horror is coming from. So there's some good tension in this. Again, it's funny. There are some good jump scares. There are some nice twists And actually, the people that are behind the murder, they keep adding on an extra twist toward the end. The last half hour just is one revelation after the other, which keeps you on your toes. The acting is really good. The writing is really good. And I wish they had made more of these. There's a bunch of Odd Thomas books, and I think there was a plan for a bunch of Odd Thomas movies, but sadly Anton Yelchin passed away. We know Anton Yelchin very well from what's the other one as well? Burying the X he's in. I think Burying the X was the last film that he was in before he died. Man, this is cast so well. Odd Thomas, I can't see him being played by anybody else beside Anton Yelchin, who's got that blend of awkward and charisma. Charismatic but weird, at the same time likable going on there. Addison Timlin's good. Willem Dafoe's great in this as well. The whole police force plays good characters in this. And again, the whole time you're kind of being led to believe it is one force, and it winds up being a bunch of other things as well. So without spoiling it, to end the non-spoiler portion of this review, I'm going to give this film an 8 out of 10. I've been giving a lot of 8s on this channel, but I'm picking and choosing the best films that I'm watching from this October 31 days to give you guys the best of the films never watched, because I feel like if I haven't watched some of these, maybe some of you guys out there have heard about this film or this book and have never actually watched this movie before, and I put it off for so long for some reason, and I hope you did not, but if you did, this is a call to arms for you to go back and watch the horror version of Spider-Man, the quirky, well-written, well-paced, fun Odd Thomas from 2013. Now, for those of you guys that have seen the movie, it is, after all, 7 years old. Here come the spoilers. If you want to turn this video off now, watch this movie. 8 out of 10. It's on Tubi for free right now. Go to Tubi, watch this movie. It's free. It's worth your hour and 40 minutes. To those of you guys that want spoilers, the whole time we're led to believe that the killer is this kind of paunchy, weird kind of drug dealer guy. We come to find out that it's not him, that Anton Yelchin sees his character because he's been dead the entire time, and that's why he can interact with him. But it is actually guys that this bad guy's working with. 2 cops on the police force who have the same tattoos as the guy we think it is, and also another guy who was involved in a cutscene earlier in the movie. So 3 different guys. We wind up thinking it's one main police guy, and it winds up being him plus 2 other guys. One involved in the police force and one guy that was involved in an earlier scene. So you get these back-to-back-to-back reveals. You get this twist, and then the reveal of 2 other partners they're working with. And Anton Yelchin's character has to stop this mass murder from happening. And he does. He takes the bomb on this van and drives it far enough away where he can jump out of the van. The bomb blows up, saving all the people, saving thousands and thousands of lives, also killing the main cop. The 2 other cops do eventually die, but we find out at the end of the movie, when we think that Anton Yelchin and Addison Timlin go off to this cabin in the woods to escape his life for a while and go live in harmony and recuperate and love on each other, we come to find out that Addison Timlin's character has been killed, that he's only seeing her because he's in denial and he's putting off the fact that she died. And so we get the confession that she's actually dead, and their amazing romance, their quirky, fun romance where they connected and fell in love, really makes you feel for them because they built the love interest up very, very well this whole time. So when she's actually killed, you feel bad for them because this romance was written very, very well. And then you also see the pain and the tears on Addison Timlin and especially on Anton Yelchin's face. The look and the tears and the once he realizes, and they both realize that she's dead and she has to pass on and he has to now go on without her, is heartbreaking. The acting really sells this so well. The writing and the acting are so strong in this that you feel for this poor character to lose the love of his life in that shooting. But he comes to confess that he doesn't care how long he has to live. He will see her again. He's patient and he has work to do. And so he's standing atop his city, looking down, waiting for the next big case to happen. And sadly, again, we don't get a sequel because Anton Yelchin passed away. I would love to see maybe if they could do other versions of this somehow. I don't want to see Anton Yelchin get replaced, but if they could do other spin-offs maybe of this universe and other stories in this town somehow, I would love to see those done because this first one was a banger. Have you guys seen this? Tell me in the comments below what you think. I give it an 8 out of 10. Again, it's free on Tubi right now. If you guys want to go watch it, go check it out for free. It's well worth your time. Tell me in the comments if you like this movie and what else you want to see me review this October. This is my 3rd review of the day. I've probably got at least 2 more coming. I'm going to keep reviewing stuff this month, and I hope you guys are having an awesome October. Take care.